Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Good evening, good afternoon. And welcome to the exciting summer of in Dublin. I swear to God, that is a tongue twister. Do not try and say it 3 times fast or while you're pregnant with at least triplets. Moving on. This evening's scene is set in a large multi-story car park that is located just on the opposite side of the road from the Vampire Elysium at the Gaiety Theatre. This evening, a motley collection of kindred are going into the mountains in order to hunt supposed spot infiltrators who have been, shall we say, making their presence felt in an unwanted manner. The car park itself is made of concrete. It is one of those very blasé affairs, probably built in the 80s, but it can hold a number of hundred cars, though currently it's empty at night. It's nearly exclusively used for the kindred who use it in order to attend the Elysium across the street. David Morris is leaning casually against his truck. Question: you're from the southern United States, aren't you?
Yes.
Have you named the truck?
The truck's name is
Can we call it Daisy?
Yes, actually, that fits perfectly.
Excellent. He is leaning against Daisy.
Oh, that means you will literally be driving Miss Daisy.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to do there. Well done. No, bitch kicker. It's not Daisy.
You can't pick up chicks in a truck called Bitch Kicker.
Well, you could. You might just not want the chicks like they.
Okay, so the group are collectively arranging their supplies and material for this evening's excursion when they are approached by Mr. or Dr. rather Ivanov, and we'll begin our scene from there. Let me know if you need.
Okay. Ivanov walks over, in a suit with on each wrist a small bracelet and a little pendant around his neck. You'll notice that each bracelet has a little but they look, those little kids' charms that you see on bracelets.
Yeah.
A bunch of them on each bracelet with like a few little red glass beads. And a similar arrangement with the necklace. Extends his hand. Evening.
Howdy. Name's David. Shake the man's hand.
Shake you by the hand. I am Mikhail.
Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise, I do hope we are not the only ones going after these particular bastards.
David, make me an intelligence kindred lore check.
Understood.
Because that's a very specific one, actually.
Yep.
You said kindred lore?
Which lores do you have, Dave?
I have vampire lore, Camarilla lore, and Sabbat lore.
Make it Camarilla lore and make it a difficulty 5.
Lit.
I just said kindred lore and vampire lore are the same thing, but
No problem. This is fine. I got 3 successes.
no hell.
You remember hearing something like some kind of general disquiet a little while ago, maybe a decade or so ago. There's something about this Mikhail guy, because you heard he was active in Dublin City. Our clan fucking loathe him. Not quite to the we want to kill him on sight, but you fucking loathe him. That sweet, sweet clan energy, though.
Yep.
Alright. Well, I got at least 2 of my buddies coming. Might more show up.
Michael will drop his vanish, remaining in Mask of a Thousand Faces, and say, "Are we waiting for me? Sorry, I was watching you two talk, and I thought it was a fascinating study."
Yeah, you were in fact one of the ones. Mikhail, this is my friend Dr. Michael Brightman. Michael Brightman, Mikhail.
We've already met.
Hmm.
He was one of the ones that was there when the Archon was attacked.
Yes. And recall.
And from the other side of Tiger's Character, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Michael.
Michael. Dimitri will slide out of the shadows and approach.
All right. I think this is everybody that said they'd be coming. Might more show up later. I don't know. Some people are en route.
I'm led to understand that the dear doctor here indicates Ivanov as the Seneschal slides out of shadows. A whole bunch of Nosferatu this evening.
Team Nos, baby.
He will say, "I like to understand Master Ivanov here was quite the hero. He managed to repel a grenade using nothing but his body."
Yes, that actually is correct.
Hopefully we won't get to repeat that.
A kindred's greatest weapon, his own flesh and bone.
We're not including rank stupidity in that.
It was not an act of stupidity, my Lord Seneschal. It was an act of strategic incompetence. There is a difference.
Yes. The Seneschal just kind of leans against Daisy. He's actually, I keep having to emphasize this, people constantly forget, he's really short. He's only about 5'4". He kind of leans against the car, and he looks the group. He looks at whatchamacallit. He looks Ivanov down, and he'll say, "You've caused quite the stir."
Is this... what would this be due to? I can think of a list of things.
I'm going to be polite. Gentlemen, would you mind observing the fact that I'm currently being very polite?
Observed.
But of course, Seneschal.
If you ever, and I mean ever, fail to inform us as to certain volatile situations that are occurring with our domain, but instead feel free to, how would I say, tap up your Tremere chain of command again, without the by your leave or even the noted moments it would have taken to inform our officers, I will break you in two.
Under the circumstances, I did what I was instructed to do.
Oh, I understand. And in all of that time, would it have killed you to send a text message or to inform someone? The fact is, I found out about this when I was contacted by certain individuals who were very aghast with the statement that I had not been informed about it.
I was... Unfortunately, how shall I put this? The last time I made them...
Andy, he raised his finger and he'll say, strategically incompetent?
More a matter of placing my own judgment before that of my clan. I trusted someone without getting the greater wisdom of my clan, and, well... Now I have much more faith in the clan in general than my own personal judgment. I had to trust in those who are wiser than I.
This is not related to your clan. I'm sure you did fine by your clan. What you failed to do, and what you epically failed to do, is you epically failed to inform those officials of the domain of danger. We had to find out about this when we were contacted by our superiors, and we didn't even know enough to give them an aghast excuse.
David's gonna raise a hand.
At this point, Michael is basically picking up Dimitri and putting him in front of him.
David's just gonna raise his hand like he's waiting to be called upon.
I am going to be lenient, Master Ivanov, or Mr. He'll say Mr. I'm going to be lenient, Mr. Ivanov, because it just so happens that certain individuals who contacted me spoke very highly of your reaction time in this particular crisis. However, if this should happen again, and I am informed of it, they will be chunks of you from here to the Rock of Cashel. That's all the way on the other side of the island, for the record.
As you say, my Lord Seneschal.
Yes, Mr. Morris.
I was just gonna offer some advice to Mikhail, and I guess it kind of actually goes pretty well for everybody. Sometimes it's better to just admit, hey, I fucked up, and apologize, and learn from your mistakes, and go on.
Oh, my dear Mr. Morris, the issue is not that he fucked up. The issue is that he did not inform us of certain important personages' presence in the city. Certain people who were on a very specific list.
Correct, and that's a pretty big fucking up. But then he tried to justify it, and that just seemed to make you more upset.
Very good. You will notice where he's been tapping on Daisy with his fingers, there are dents in the bodywork. They can easily be scuffed out. It's like little kind of...
David just kind of looks at that and then looks at the Seneschal.
If I may ask, my Lord Seneschal, have there been any more sightings?
No more sightings that we can confirm. However, I have received this. He will take out a piece of parchment inside of his robe, and he will throw it across. He doesn't use potent, he just kind of tosses it at Mikhail, at his chest.
Mikhail will take a sharp step backwards. He's trying to avoid it contacting him. He remembers the fiery paper.
Nothing happens, it just kind of rolls onto the floor.
Okay. Bent, crouch down. Gently nudge it open.
Oh, yes, by the way, sorry, Anthony, feel free to intro. My apologies, I didn't see you there.
He will kind of walk into the door. Hello.
They're in a multi-story car park who's carrying up to leave.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Howdy, Mr. Lioncourt. How are you this evening?
I'm good. Good afternoon, Seneschal. Go bow.
Would you like to P&E the Seneschal?
Okay.
Bruce might notice that Michael has put Dimitri in front of him, in direct line of the Seneschal, just in case.
Oh dear. You know what? Let's just say he's oblivious because he's oblivious.
Like everything better. Okay. Do you open the parchment, Anthony?
Take out 2 small pencils from my pocket. Open it without touching it with bare hand.
For fuck's sake! When starts towards the crack that goes from his foot as he stamps his foot down. Pick up the paper!
Picks it up and slowly stands up.
Nothing happens as you touch the paper.
Right.
He looks to you and says, "Are you insinuating that I would hand you something that was trapped in such a dishonorable way to try and cause you harm?"
He will step closer to Brett's character and sort of lean in.
Michael will reach over her hand and grab David and pull him behind Dimitri.
He will turn to the Seneschal, Evan, and say very slowly, "No, my Lord Seneschal, but I would expect that he would do everything in his quite considerable power to ensure that something that reached me did me harm while being undiscernible to anyone else. I know the man he is."
This is not from said individual. This is something else that pertains to the current situation.
In that case, I feel more secure, strangely. and he'll examine it, Evan.
It is a letter written in a very fine, flowing hand in black ink, and it will say, "Honored denizens of the evening," or "Honored denizens of the night," more specifically directed towards the desk of the Honored Seneschal of Dublin, Vincent Hennessy, etc., etc., etc. It has come to our attention recently that there have been a number of unused supernatural events that have taken place throughout the city of Dublin. Many of us are reeling yet more. Many of us are still reeling from those that have been previously struck, and now this hammerfall has come. In order to deal with this, it has been suggested that all interested parties, and by that we mean all those who represent various supernatural communities within the city of Dublin, come together in a spirit of, if not cooperation, then at least a spirit of understanding, so that we might arm ourselves with what weapons of knowledge we may have at our disposal. In that we have secured private rooms in the Dublin City Castle, the centre of administration of the city proper, and home of the Lord Mayor, where these negotiations may take place on Friday, the 4th of January. We would invite you and no less than three representatives of your kind to attend, so that you may put weight to the voice of these most serious matters. Until then, I remain yours, Master Siren, voice of the first dawn, and master of the cultivator.
Master of the first dawn. That sounds a little ominous, he says, handing it back.
Yeah, well, particularly, he will put it back in his robe. Yes, but particularly ominous is that to find me where it is I choose to take my rest. I'm going to phrase it like this. Not even Brett and or Ian know where the Seneschal physically sleeps. You assume he does, but you don't know where it is.
Both Michael and Ian will look at. Michael will look at Dimitri, and then look back at Hennessy and say, "Huh." And his eyes are just getting wide.
I've dealt with these individuals before, so it is that I'm not exactly put out by the invitation. However, I believe the events they are discussing are events as it pertains to your situation, shall we say.
A gathering, it would only make him giggle like a schoolboy to attack.
Ultimately, we will attend this gathering, and Mr. Ivanov, you are most assured you are coming with me.
Somehow, my lord, I had a strong suspicion.
The two seats offered to our honored scourge, we will lower his head in the direction of Bruce, and to our honored cherub. They will also oblige to accompany us. Should they be unable to do so, alternatives will be able to take their seats.
He'll not.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an incredible headache.
1 second, Mr. Seneschal. May I make a polite request?
Yes.
Please do not leave dents on my truck in the future.
My apologies. Sometimes I don't know my own strength. Take it to the garage. Take it to the garage on 300. Take the garage on Remington Street. They'll see to it for you. They'll even give it a tune up on me.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Seneschal, sir.
Yes,
he hands him a envelope. This is for you. It's the information that he's been doing on behalf of the city. He just hands it over to the Seneschal.
The Seneschal will kind of glance at it, go on his mask, face looks down, he maybe scans the first few lines, or he'll nod, put it back in its envelope, and put it back into his pocket. And he'll say,
Michael will, while he's looking over towards Michael will quickly not sign if he got a copy of the report from the tech guys about the laptop.
Of course. Mhm.
No, I'm using not signed Hennessy.
Gotcha, sorry.
Hennessy will sigh and he will say, I don't have time to fully explain to you gentlemen the situation. However, I do thoroughly. And his voice takes on an almost malice dint when he says it. I do recommend you question Dr. Ivanov strenuously after I leave. At which point he will simply vanish from where he is standing.
Mikhail will take a step to the right, a step to move towards the car, and just rest his head on the cold metal of Daisy's bodywork.
Tell you what, we got places to be and things to do. Why don't we do this questioning on the road, huh?
Michael will nod his head. Shotgun.
Why do you get shotgun? Rock, paper, scissors.
I called it. I'm in line of. I called it, and I'm in line of sight of the truck. Shotgun
Pull that
rolls
shit with me.
Evan, while those two are having that little debate, Mikhail will just jump in the shotgun seat and slam the door loudly.
I have more status than you. Get in the back.
You two were arguing. Now, if you wish to make it a formal order,
get in the back.
He'll get in the back. He'll even hold the door open for you.
Sit in the front.
Michael's actually gonna. Is this a pickup truck?
Anthony, did your candy ass just pull status to get the front seat?
It's the Camarilla. You're supposed to.
Yeah, that is why Mikhail is actually making a big shot. He's going to hold the door open and bow, making a big show and dance about it. He's doing his best to basically embarrass Lion Court. Like, you wanted to pull status, this is what you get, bitch.
Here, Michael, you can ride bitch between rooms.
All right, so Michael is actually going to get into the bed of the truck and is just going to lay down.
That works too.
Dimitri will get in the bed as well.
Mikhail will just settle into the back since he has the entire nice back area to relax in.
Yeah. There's not like a huge amount of space, but there's probably enough that you can stretch out a little bit. But David will get into the truck and start driving to the place. Not his eyes. So, Mikhail, what was this Seneschal was talking about?
It depends what part you're asking about.
Stuff that he said we should question you about. I'm not gonna lie, I was half paying attention. I was a little distracted by him denting my truck.
Do you want the short version or the long version?
We got time.
Okay. My sire is on the red list. He's in the city, and he used myself and my brother as his agents to create gargoyles in breach of the Montmartre Pact. We would both be dead had we not been deemed merely puppets of his will. He has escaped and is now here to destroy the Tremere and Camarilla, according to his words.
Would this happen to be related to why my clan has such a stick up their ass about you?
Are you either Gangrel or Nosferatu?
I am in fact Gangrel.
Then yes. I still remember the screams. And like in the wing, if you look in the rearview mirror, there is a moment of 1,000-yard stare. Because he definitely can remember the screams of Gangrel and Nosferatu.
He just kind of looks at his coterie mates. He's just like, well, this is kind of awkward.
Yeah. This is a guy who was instructed vividly in dismembering members of both of those clans. So, yeah.
And it's a good thing the two Nosferatu are in the bed of the truck and can't hear this.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. Thank you for your forwardness in this matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody mentions that there's an open window.
Yeah. He's going to like put his head back a bit. Yeah, he's going to put his head back a bit and say, to tell the truth, we were both under the impression that he had the consent of the clan and the Camarilla. We'd been taught to follow him blindly, so when he said jump, we said how high. I had to have my mind virtually ripped apart to force me to see the truth. And now, if I get the chance, I will tear him limb from limb for what he did. He's a monster.
Well, I tell you what, you happen to get a hold of the bastard, do let me know, and I would be more than happy to assist in that matter.
I'd be happy to facilitate the revenge of clans Gangrel and Nosferatu. Just so long as I get to watch.
I can make that happen. You seem to regret your actions, which is why I'm not telling you to get the fuck out of my truck. So, yeah, just let me know, buddy.
Can I get a P&E on that? Is that legit remorse?
Yeah. But you're not even going to need to roll. Like, he is genuinely remorseful.
That's fair.
Bear in mind, he was brainwashed, and then the brainwashing was taken away, and he was made to confront what he'd done. So, yeah.
Nods again. Cracks his knuckles. Like, oh, it's going to be this day. Fair enough.
Michael lifts himself up and put his head through the window and say, so, I figure that the best thing for me to do is to cloak all of us that cannot hide as we approach.
You should check your text messages later, Michael.
Michael, reach out and...
Not now. Not now. He just said to get not now.
Okay. He will just nod his head. Okay. Do any of you have the ability to hide, or is it just me and Dimitri?
I mean, I can hide in some bushes, but I can't do that obfuscate bullshit that y'all do.
I can turn myself something like invisible, but it's more than slightly tedious.
Can you do so in a way that would hide you from obfuscate or hide you from Auspex?
I honestly don't know. I've never actually tried it under Auspex.
That's a big negative.
So I'm seeing 3 people that I need to cloak, which is good because that's actually the maximum amount of people I can cloak. And he's going to look over at Dimitri. Dimitri, you can vanish, right?
You're not.
Well, that's good at least. And then he'll pull his head back inside and lay back down. And then he'll then step back up and put his head back in and say, so after that, I'm kind of useless unless I need to summon like some animal buddies. So
might be a good distraction.
Oh, I can also prevent people from frenzying.
Also, probably a pretty good idea.
That's what I figured. And just let me know if anything in your plans works that way, and I'll come back in.
Michael, while we're driving, why don't you tell us what you found out from your animal friends about this location?
Okay. he will actually start going into detail what he learned from Kodo Podo and from the rabbits, as far as what the situation looks like. Evan, I'll leave that up to you because I didn't get any actual fine details.
That's really because, okay, animals are the intelligence of animals.
Right, but ferrets are particularly smart.
Yeah,
So.
but you can't actually get like human levels of detail from animals. They describe that there's a cave that they're hiding in, or some description of some kind of hole in the ground that they were dragging people to and from. More so dragging people into when they were taken, and but they couldn't enter the cave because something was causing them pain when they tried. Actually, physically damaging them. So the cave itself sits in the middle of a low gully that is basically kind of almost like a little ravine between two small hills. So it basically is formed by you'd assume rocky outcroppings on either side leading down into a pit. Yeah, that is what you managed to get because that's all the animals could basically give you. They also can't count, so they can't really give you a number of how many they saw.
Wow, that's what Michael will inform them of.
He'll know.
Good to know. Well, I don't know about y'all. I'm probably going to be fist fighting. I'm assuming Dimitri's going to be the same. I do have a gun. If anybody feels more comfortable with a gun, I don't know how much good it'll do. It's better than nothing.
Oh, Evan, I have a question to ask you. Can I PM you? Oh, please.
Maybe I got like a set of
Hang on.
brass knuckles or something.
Anthony, you're like so hot, crystal meth.
No, I'm not. I'm just being silly. That's all.
Okay.
No,
Does
this is
anybody
like
have-
Journal Anthony. I bring me to every game and I just have fun with it.
Does anybody happen to have anything like brass knuckles or something like that?
Not I.
He shrugs.
You might be able to stop somewhere and get, I don't know, something resembling that. But
Boxing
don't go
gloves?
away. I can. Sorry, I missed that.
I was just thinking we might get some boxing gloves.
I don't think that's quite what he's intending.
Hmm.
One second, guys.
Thank you for the offer, though.
I'm ready when you guys are. He smiles. Let's do it.
Fucking hate you, Anthony. Can I have a gigantic axe? Okay. That's today, apparently.
It's today.
Alright. What could possibly go wrong?
So we were gonna go kill like remnants of bots, so I over prepared.
Quick question for everyone in this car or in the back. Does anyone require any thaumaturgical fireproofing?
Thaumaturgical what?
Fireproofing.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Neither would I.
If I'm going to be anywhere near fire or fire is getting close to me, I'm not doing my job. So I deserve to get burned.
I wouldn't say no to it.
Right.
Yeah, Dimitri
So-
pokes his head in and goes, yeah, I'd be interested.
So is that 4 people or 5? I think it's 4.
I think it's
Myself
4.
included.
Yeah, Brett didn't want any, but I think everybody else did.
Right. This is going to hurt. Can we when we get nearby, pull over on the side of the road? I'm going to need a bit of time. A Zippo lighter, some chalk, which I happen to carry, and a sharp knife. Well, I do technically have this. Takes out what is basically a tiny craft knife.
Would
It's
it
just
be
going to
easier
hurt.
to put a little bigger, or
Really, I only need to take the fingertips.
oh, okay.
He's just examining his own hands. but yeah, let me know when we get near enough that it's time to make the final prep, because then he's going to have to get out the car and perform a bit of thaumaturgy.
Okay, you're realistically about 10 minutes away from your destination now. It's gotten so hilly, craggy, and mountainous that you left the road about, you'd say, 15, 20 minutes ago. So you put up here, you're going to need to get out of Daisy anyway, because you won't be able to continue in the car.
Okie dokie. In that case...
Tiger, while he's doing that, Dimitri will come over to David, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll like, if you're, we make it through this, good. Come talk to me about the hiding thing if you're interested.
Yeah, sounds fair. Sounds good. We can work something out.
Sounds good.
Evan, since this is not a willpower roll, am I able to spend the willpower point to avoid botching?
Yeah.
Rightio. Motherfucker!
I think you spent the willpower.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the willpower. That's the worst dice roll ever.
You got it out of your system now. It's fine.
Yeah, like the problem is you guys see him take out like purple chalk, draw an incredibly intricate like thaumaturgical circle on the ground. You see him cut off his own fingertips on his left hand. His 4 fingertips on his left hand. Put them in a small pile. Light them with the Zippo lighter. And then you see this look of that should have felt different. And then there's a moment of fuck.
Will one success succeed in the ritual?
Pardon?
You still have 1 success.
No, because I would have botched, but for the willpower.
Ones from the willpower do not get taken away.
Do they not?
No.
Oh. Okay. I assume that would apply to myself then.
Well, basically, yeah, you don't apply. Basically, if you spend a willpower, that 1 success is not deducted by ones.
All right.
So you would succeed with 1 success.
Yep.
Is that sufficient or do you need more?
That's the. Are you? Do you? Since I'm casting it to multiple people, do I need multiple successes, or are we just going with the normal? Because normally it's 1 success and it works.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you need to throw in more successes for more people.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering on that. In that case, yeah, you see a look of that didn't work quite well. And he looks around and goes, that didn't quite work as I expected. Looks at the fingers on his other hand. and with a deep breath, just goes, "For the Camarilla. It's for the Camarilla." Starts drawing the circle again. And repeats the entire procedure again. You can tell he's not happy.
David's just kind of watched this leaned up against his truck with his arms folded, like,
Just watch.
You point out, you know what? This is why we don't have no truck with that there blood magic.
And with one more willpower, Evan, I think that's enough.
How many successes you get?
A total of 3 if you include the willpower.
Yeah, you only have to cover 4 people, so yeah, that is sufficient.
Yep. He's now missing like 7 fingertips, but it worked.
They'll grow back. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it doesn't actually do any damage. It's just like he's faintly irritated.
So what does this actually do to us?
It allows you. I'll give you the mechanical version because I don't really know how to explain it in character.
Right.
Basically, from an OC mechanics perspective, you're able to soak the damage from fire using your stamina, and if you have fortitude as well, you roll stamina plus fortitude.
What?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It was a moment that Bruce realized, "Fuck you, fire! I'm beginning to push shenanigans."
Fuck fire.
Yeah.
Stupid.
All right. So, question: how are you guys approaching the gully?
Sneakily, I would assume I'm gonna have aspects up for sight and hearing.
Yep. Mikhail's.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Mikhail's going to put up heightened sensors for hearing and aura perception. And he's also got that sense the mystical thing going, Evan, in case his than he was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go all stealthy.
I will actually be using Cloak the Gathering on those that do not have Obfuscate. I can cloak 3 people, and they have to beat my I think it's either my wit stealth or my dexterity stealth plus my level of obfuscate, which is 5.
Give me a second because I'm just going to check the dice pool on that.
Bruce, while he's doing that, will reach into the back of the truck, pull out a case, remove a giant 2-handed axe, and throw it over his shoulder. Let's go.
Wait, hang on. Anthony, darling, lies to me. He's in fact a lumberjack.
Yes. A hunting we will go. A hunting we will go.
Ironic that's a hunting we will go.
We could refer to this as some sabashing.
Whack us about.
Yeah, basically you may conceal 1 extra individual for each dot of stealth you possess. He may bestow any single obfuscate power at a given time to the group while the power applies. Everyone under the character's cloak only needs to make a basically, you need to make your ordinary activation roll in order to activate it. And it's basically going to apply to everyone. So we'll be rolling probably unseen presence in order to actually kick it off and then walk around. So
Okay. What's the rule for unseen presence? Don't have my book.
What's plus stealth?
it would be vanish from the mind's eye. My apologies. It would be charisma plus stealth. The difficulty is the target's wits plus alertness. Because ironically, you're doing this to people, which means they're going to see it happening, which means you have to vanish them all.
The funny thing is, it's the same pool.
With 1 success.
It's the same pool. That's what's funny.
What is everyone? Who has the highest wits plus alertness here? Because that's the difficulty of the roll.
I've got
Mine.
7.
I have 7.
Mine.
That's not...
Yeah, mine's only 5. So
It's a 7. Yeah, 7.
So yeah, the diff is gonna be diff 7, charisma stealth. You require 3 or more successes in order to completely vanish them, otherwise they become translucent and translucency.
Right. I'm using spending willpower.
Cool.
I think that's enough.
That is more than enough, my guy.
That goddamn one though.
That goddamn one. Snaps though.
That's one job, not one. Failed at this one young.
All right, so I have 3 dots in stealth. That means that I can cover 3 people. So.
Yep. So it'll cover you plus 3 friends.
So the 3 people
And
that don't have obfuscating clans. So.
Yeah, so Dimitri by himself in his own cloak. That does mean one thing, though. It does mean you cannot see Dimitri. You can, however, see other people under your cloak.
Okay.
Fair.
Posterity.
Now, because is there a challenge for me to keep an eye on them when they go under the cloak?
You can't see them.
Sorry?
You are incapable of seeing them.
Okay.
Unless it's having enough specs to beat his obfuscate, which I doubt you do.
I do not.
So, it is a vast, windswept expanse of hills that meets you. Slate and craggy rock underfoot. You have to be very careful not to dislodge the rocks as you step through into this deep gorge, this deep ravine between 2 large rocky hillocks. But, oh, David, you have a heightened sense of smell, didn't you say?
Yep.
Can you please roll me your perception alertness difficulty standard, but will be modified by your heightened senses?
If that's after being modified by the heightened senses?
That is before it's modified, so it gets an extra -2 to make it.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
3 successes.
This place stinks like rotten meat and decay.
I'm sorry, that should have actually been 4 successes since I put it as 5 instead of 4. My bad.
It stinks of rotten meat and decay. Mostly coming from this yawning chasm that looks as if it was struck into the earth by some kind of great pickaxe long ago. A yawning mouth gouges into the earth, exalting its simple presence there into the evening's darkness by being slightly dark. Okay, Dimitri, what is your level of obfuscate?
4.
Okay, cool. You are perfectly capable of proceeding. You don't. Oh, what is the highest level of all specs in the room?
I have 2.
I think Anthony has as well.
Yeah, I have 2.
Cool. From your guys' perspective, there is categorically nothing out here.
Evan, does my sense the mystical go off?
What does Sense the Mystical actually do?
I will find the exact wording for you if I can.
Thank
you.
Recommend you get Thomside at some point too.
Oh yeah, when I get around to buying the combination, I will. Right. Okay. The effect of this ritual lasts for a number of hours equal to the successes scored in the activation roll. Sense the Mystical can detect thaumaturgy, necromancy, and other similar blood magic if used within the radius of a candle's light.
Can you say that one more time?
All the thaumaturge chants over a mystically prepared candle and lights it. All blood magic within the sources of the radius of the candlelight glisses visibly to all present. I can detect thaumaturgy, necromancy, and similar blood magic if used within the radius of a candle's light. So basically, I have a little lamp with a magically prepared candle in it, and to my sight, anything that is thaumaturgy or necromancy or similar blood magic related will glitter slightly. It does not, however, detect normal disciplines.
In that case, as you proceed towards the yearning out of the cave, you will only get about 3 steps from where you're about to strike it, because obviously the candle's glow is not exactly a huge radius. But you will see, and only you alone will see, the floating blood glyphs of the ward that you're just walking into.
Stop.
David will stop.
Stop.
He'll put down the little lamp. This place has been warded.
Anthony, are you sure you put down the lamp?
Well, he's put it down next to him. He can still see by the light.
If you're gonna stop it, Michael will look at you and go.
Also, okay, important points. One, you don't have obfuscate, so I will tell Michael this because it is in clan discipline. If he puts down the lamp immediately becomes visible.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying. That's why. I'm sorry, you can't see me.
You can see them because they're under your cloak and they can see you.
No, my webcam was off. You couldn't see me doing this.
Also, another important point is you guys can't talk under obfuscator or break it.
That's what I was also trying to say. You have to be texting back and forth to each other in order for it to work.
Okay, so I basically get a buzzing on my phone. I stop before I put the lamp down. I check it. It says, "Do not put the lamp down." I stop trying to put the lamp down. And then I will text to the group, "There are wards here. I don't know if they're thaumaturgical, but they are blocking our way. Any suggestions?" Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Break it. OMG.
David will text seconded.
Dimitri will text thirded.
I like to imagine we're all using a WhatsApp group. He'll just send that emoji with the emoji with the straight line mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the smug emoji. It's all in love, man.
So sometimes Mikhail sits here thinking, I really hate being one of the more technologically talented of my clan. He's just sort of thinking. Evan, like I can see the glyph sort of vague. He leans forward a bit to try and examine the glyphs. Is there any indication of a weakness to them? Or like a focus point or anything to that effect? Or even what sort of wards they might be?
Oh, sorry. Did you not hear me listing things? Okay. It just seems to cover the mouth of the cave. It's basically been done in a kind of a circular pattern around the mouth of the cave. Because in order to get into the cave, it's literally a hole in the ground that drops down for about 10 feet. So you have to physically jump down. But surrounding the mouth, the lip of the hole, there is a ward. It's more than likely warded against kindred and warded against ghouls.
Going to text to Brett. If I pick something up, will that break this concealment?
Yes, because text back yes because you'll be interacting with your environment. The only way I could do that would be. The only way we could do that is if I drop the cloak from you, you do it, and then I put it back into place. However, if there's anybody nearby obfuscated and I can't see them, they will be able to see you.
I will also reiterate, you can't drop it for one person, you have to drop the entire cloak.
I thought it said in Cloak the Gathering that if one person breaks the obfuscate, it doesn't break it for the rest of the group.
No. Each individual must follow the requirements described under the relevant obfuscate power to remain under the cloak effect. Any person who fails to do so loses the cloak's protection. But oh no, you are right. But doesn't expose others. I'm wrong. My apologies. Continue. But that's if you wish. That's if they break the cloak. Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll text back if you can break the cloak and it won't expose the rest of us, and then I can try to put it back on you. However, if there's people on scene that are watching us, you become instantly visible, and it becomes impossible, almost impossible for me to cloak you again.
We'll text. I'll get ready to beat the shit out of anything that attacks you.
I've got your back. To make sure
you get
chime in.
You all get a text that basically reads, I think I have an idea, but it's really dumb and it's going to hurt.
I roll emoji.
Text back. So like every other plan I've heard since I came here.
Pretty much.
From behind you, there is no attempt to. There is no attempt. She's not attempting to hide. As you see an individual walking up the same path you guys came from 5 minutes ago. I'm just going to get a picture up. One moment, please. When I say there was no attempt, she's literally striding as bold as brass. I just find where her picture went. There she is. You see this woman walking towards you.
I see you.
Or perception? Question mark.
Yeah, by all means. For the record, you will then see a couple of moments later something that you couldn't see before leap from a rocky overbluff. She very calmly steps back and in one sweep movement draws and decapitates with a sword flicked with green light.
Hold on, green light.
Yeah, immediately turning it to dust.
Yep, Mikhail is just texting devil face emoji, devil face emoji, devil face emoji, devil face emoji, devil face emoji. Because in his experience, green light, it ain't a good thing.
I got 2 successes on or perception.
She is most definitely on that. She's a vampire like you.
May I have a kindred lore?
Yes, but it's going to be a difficulty 9.
Can I spin willpower?
Is that a difficulty?
Can I spin a willpower?
Yes, you can. Anyone can make the difficulty 9 roll. It's also going to require a threshold of successes.
Of how many?
Of how many successes?
That's 3 successes.
Okay.
And you said it was diff 9, right?
Difficulty 9.
And you said kindred lore, not vampire lore, right?
They're the same thing. If I've written it differently, I should kindred lore. Okay. Sorry, Evan may have fucked up on that. Sometimes I write different lores on people's sheets when I'm writing them in.
3 successes?
Yep, 3 successes. Did you get 3 successes?
Yeah.
I hate you.
Love me harder.
So
I don't need this
what
word.
was the difficulty again? 9? Okay.
I need to go and snitch back to my betters.
0.
All right then. The name, that you understand, is Anastasia Markanov. She is what is referred to colloquially as a red Alastor.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
shite.
Oh, no.
Well,
Pl-
fuck.
Please tell. Oh, God.
So in the text message, doot, 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 exclamation point, OMG, what the fuck?
Evan. Okay, Anthony, are you going to tell us that she's a red Alastor?
Yes.
I'm going to roll the Camarilla lore on that.
Because you got the success to fuck it right up. She's a Tremere Alastor.
She's
Yep.
a Tremere.
Yep. Evan, I'm immediately walking out of Obfuscate, hands raised.
Okay, you can actually do that.
I don't move.
You have to interact with the environment. So you have to like kick the ground or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to stop the scene for a moment to say we have officially had our oh shit, it's the fuzz moment.
Yeah, bear in mind, everyone, the red Alastors are basically the Tremere Gestapo. I am not fucking with this woman.
No, you're thinking of House Aster.
Yeah, red Alisters are the ones that hunt the red list.
The Alisters hunt the red list. There's only one red Alistair, and they have killed one of the top 5.
Yeah, I'm still not fucking with her. She's from my clan, and she's murdered the red lister. I'm not fucking with her.
Valid.
That's a valid statement. But I still have my orders. So,
Yeah,
Hang on, Anthony. I've got. So you draw the mask, yeah, or out of the.
I'm going to walk away from Brett, so the mask will fall away. My hands are raised in a "please don't shoot" gesture.
All right, Anthony, you're gonna have to roll yourself into the initiative, dear.
Right.
Dimitri is actually following him because he thinks this is part of the plan because,
no one communicated. He just kind of went rogue. Fair enough. Let's do it.
Okay, Dex plus wits.
which means I guess I'm in too.
Okay, do either of you have neither of you have escaped, which means what's about to happen is a surprise round. Finger guns.
This is why we wait to see what happens, guys.
Okay, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
My initiative is a magnificent total of 10.
That's pretty magnificent, yeah.
Mine's 16.
Alright. Okay, cool. So, okay. This is going to happen on a surprise action because you drop out of Obfuscate, at which point something is going to attack one of you. So I'm going to actually roll 1d10. 1 to 5, it's Anthony. 6 to 10, it's Dimitri. Anthony?
Poor Mikhail.
He is not having a day that is made fun.
No. This is what happens when I leave the safety of my books.
Can I use a blood to activate celerity and literally jump in front of him to take the hit?
Not on a surprise action, you can't.
Sorry, I missed that.
Not on a surprise action.
Yep.
Okay.
And because they're currently flanking you, it gets even sadder. Because it becomes difficulty 4.
Evan, if this red Alastor is going to use some dark thaumaturgy on me, I will beat the shit out of you when next I see you.
They're not, it's the Serpent of the Light right behind you that's about to rip out your from behind.
Fucking Setites!
What did you expect? It's an Evan scene.
Good point.
sorry, I'm just gonna forever love the. What do you expect? It's an Evans scene.
Oh,
that was pretty good. They're gonna spend their blood point for their little bit of potency.
so no staking, no fire. We go balls to the walls. Don't die.
What do you want from me? He only has 2 dots of potence, but he's going to automatically spend for the potence. So that's going to be 4 success, 3 rollover, strength of 3. So that's 3 plus. So 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 2, and this is a standard difficulty. 1, 2, because ones don't deduct from damage. I should have taken that up. Anthony, you'll take 4 aggravated damage as the tongue rips around your throat in an attempt to rip it out.
Okay. I know exactly what I'm doing to this motherfucker, because I assume his tongue is wrapped around my neck.
Correct!
I know exactly what I'm going to do to him on my action.
Alright, so now we actually have to go to the initiative round, because that is the end of the surprise action.
Can the rest of us roll to get into initiative?
Yes, you may. By all means.
Hooray!
Oh, shit.
For my edification, who here is currently visible?
I am.
Just me. Why the hell did you guys just walk out of the fucking office?
What part of the
Because
plan
Dimitri thought this. Dimitri thought it was part of the plan.
Honey, like no.
Why would this ever be part of the plan?
Why?
Ian, here's a good rule of thumb. If I haven't relented my obfuscate to you, and you can't see me, don't reveal yourself.
Oh shit!
An even better rule of thumb is if you see Mikhail spontaneously walk off somewhere, if he doesn't give you
Follow
advice,
them.
yeah, just generally assume that he's either doing something like Tremere or stupid. Either way,
Remember,
don't
he doesn't even actually know what clan you are. He doesn't even know you. You're part of the group. That's what
You
he's
watched
trying
the
to
thaumaturgy.
You watched it through thaumaturgy. Harry
Twice!
Potter, bro. What?
Okay. Okay, guys, let's move back because I don't want to be here like till dawn. So I have to roll for the backpack that is outside. It's fine. They're all going to share the same initiative. It's still okay. They're going on a 14 because God hates you.
There are days when I wish I had invested in Lore of Flames. This is one of those days.
Mistakes were made.
If the first don't succeed, and now mistakes are made, and so you have to look down. I now have to roll the Tremere Alistair into the initiative. Who's going with 22? Because through the rules, I have celerity. Okay, so her action is going to kind of. She stops, she blinks, she face palms, and that's just her action.
God damn it!
I hate my clan.
Motherfuckers. I see it on her face like motherfuckers fucked my day, fucked my plan, assholes, all of you.
You know what, Anthony? She's going to be very helpful because it's that way. She will, even from this distance, there will be an audible sigh as she reaches out her hand and snaps her fingers. You will then see Setite, who is on top of you, spontaneously combust into flame. He's still alive. He takes a shed load of ag damage, though.
Yep. Is his tongue still around my neck?
Yes. It is now time for Anthony to do sinful things with an axe.
I fly towards that thing with my axe.
And my axe. Go ahead. Hit it with an axe.
Actually, question. Because it's never actually clarified in the books. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I have presence 5. I throw up Majesty.
Well,
No, not today, folks.
Okay, so now he's uncovered.
I think all of your friends are also affected by the Majesty.
They have to make. They only have to roll if they're trying to basically attack me. If I'm reading that correctly.
If it's to be rude or simply contrary to the vampire. Contrary to the vampire. Success allows the. Okay. First, yeah. Okay, we'll have a roll. So what is your equal to the vampire? What is your charisma plus intimidation?
Since I have a charisma of 6 and an intimidation of 5, I don't know how you want to rule that.
That's usually like either a 9 or a 10 with threshold successes.
We're gonna make it a difficulty 9, but it will require 2 successes.
It specifying the thing that it's to a maximum of 10.
Oh, in that case, it'll be difficulty 10 and require only 1 success.
Yeah.
But as we're here to actually kill these Sabbat members, I'm assuming that's not attacking them would not be contrary to his.
At me. I attack next round. I spent 2 blood for celerity.
Next in the initiative is Ian.
No, David.
David.
Is that Sedite still up?
Yep.
I stab with claw.
You stab with claw, good. And also because your obfuscate is still technically, I'll give you the flanking bonus.
Lit. So it's -2 diff.
Yep, -2 diff. Do you wish to spend focus or anything like that before we do that, or
Do I do it before I roll the hit?
you do it before you technically, you make the declaration.
Okay, I will spend the blood for the purpose, which puts me at 6. No, 5. 5. Because I spent 1 for the claws. Yes, there we go.
You're pretty fucking hungry.
Oh, I'm a little hungry, yeah, it's fine.
You're a hungry boy. Shit, I remember who she fucking reminds me of, Anthony. Who this picture reminds me of?
Who?
She doesn't have the long silver hair that she's described, but she totally fucking reminds me of the werewolf captain from Discworld's Guards. Because she's meant to have eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Isn't that the psychic from True? The psychic
I'm
chick
assuming,
from. Yeah.
I'm assuming like Tooth and Claw spec applies for clawing a dude.
Damn right it does.
That would make it 8 successes to hit.
Oh dear. Would you like to roll damage?
I would like, if that is okay with you.
Roll that damage.
Alright, it's claws are strength +1, so 5 plus 7 is 12.
Yep, and remember to add your automatic successes for spending your focus.
Yep. And let's see, I have Potence 3, so that is 11 aggravated.
Okay.
And toast.
Basically, what happens is Michael, or yeah, it is Michael, isn't it? I think no, Michael's the other one. Blah. David drops out of the obfuscate, and one smooth movement. It's almost like he only uses 2 fingers for this. He brings the fingers spinning around. The claws intersect the Sedite back of the neck. His head spins around 360 degrees, and he's ash before he hits the ground. To quote the great and honorable prophet or philosopher Shang Tsung, flawless victory. Who's next? Next is Michael. Next is Ian. Ian, the problem is that there's no one physically up that you can see.
Okay, I will hold my action then.
Cool. The same with Michael. Would you also like to hold your action?
I will hold my action. I was basically just. I have ideas on how I can be useful, and I hate to say that I got the ideas watching Naruto, but
It's fine.
I mean,
Anyway.
that's where good ideas come from.
Yeah.
I use the phrase good very lightly, but that's where most of my ideas come from. So I now have to make 3 willpower rolls, because yes, there are in fact 3 more of them. However, these are going to be willpower, or these are going to be courage rolls, difficulty 10. Have fun with this. Oh,
Oh,
no.
oh.
Oof.
I'm liking these rolls.
One of them succeeds. Holy crap.
That one would be going places if he survives this.
He's going places if he makes it.
Oh, he's definitely going somewhere.
Valhalla, if he's lucky.
And he's going there in many, many small pieces, I'm assuming.
Well, if I physically get hold of the fucker, I'm going to blood cauldron him.
Oh, lit.
All right, so that is this is going to be against Dimitri. So forces.
Interrupt. What's he doing exactly?
Popping out of obfuscate and clawing you with protein claws.
Okay. Can I grab him?
You got
No.
celerity?
Yes, I do have celerity.
You also can't. Basically, technically speaking, when entities leave celerity, or when entities leave obfuscate, they get to attack you, one way or the other. You can't really interrupt them because it technically constitutes surprise.
Okay.
For the record, that is 110% how that rule works.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I'm kind of confused with the surprise when we're already in combat.
It's the same way I got surprised on that side.
Yeah, in theory, he couldn't have dodged or maneuvered or anything.
It'll caught you off guard unless you have something that says you're not caught off guard.
Correct.
No, it's fine.
Cool. He's going to spend the blood for his own little bit of potence because he only has 2 little potence, but he'll spend the blood. So that's going to be he has 3 rollover strength 3. So that's strength plus 1, so that's 4 plus 3 is 7.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
you possess fortitude.
Sorry?
Do you possess fortitude?
I do.
Okay. Do you possess armor?
I do not possess armor, but I possess fortitude.
Okay. How much fortitude do you have?
3, and I have tough hide.
Okay, because you've just taken a grand total of 80 of 8 attack damage. You might want to soak some of that.
How much?
8.
8.
8.
8.
Well, I soaked 3 of it. Ow.
You're not dead.
No. I'm going to spend a willpower and attempt to, and actually, I am going to attempt to bite the hell out of this guy.
You have to grapple him first.
Okay. And that's is that dex or strength?
Strength roll.
Strength roll?
It's strength roll to grapple.
All right, so that's a lot of dice. 6, 9, 14 dice.
Basically, Anthony, for those ones who botched, they will physically drop out of their obfuscate and they're just kind of kneeling on the ground like, oh, praise. Oh.
I figured that's what happened.
Well, I manage a single success.
They get to oppose this because you can always oppose a restraint check or their dice pool is not nearly as good as that, but we'll see how it goes. How did you get 14?
I have at the very beginning of the scene, I blood boosted my my physicals to maximum, which gives me 6. I have 3 brawl, and I have 5 dots of potence.
Okay.
Which gives me 5 additional.
Wow, he fooled you.
Son of
To be fair, you were just unlucky with the amount of ones that you rolled. There was nothing that could be done there. That was the dice gods going, you have the useless curse. Fuck you. Okay, who's next in the initiative?
What's the current initiative number?
I was going to say, Michael, would you like to take your held action now, or are we good?
Is there anything I can really do?
No, you tell me.
If I use Animal Wisdom, I'll break my obfuscate. But everybody else is visible now, right?
Correct.
Huh. I don't know how many more are hiding, waiting for more people to show up, so...
You could always run away under obfuscate.
I know, but... Hey, if Michael didn't do that when you all were being attacked at the inn, he's not going to do that now. Michael's going to look around for a corner. Like something out of sight.
There's going to be a corner per se. You could jump down into the pit if you don't want to see.
How deep is the pit?
About 10 feet.
Which means I couldn't climb back out.
You probably jump. Oh, no, you don't have buttons.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to hold my action, and if I think I need to, I'm going to do so.
Okay, cool. In that case, Anthony, you're last up.
Okay. All right. I need to check this now. Evan, where's the nearest one of these visible bastards?
That would be the one that's currently clawing the crap out of Ian.
How far away is he?
He is a couple of feet from you, so maybe 5 or 6 feet.
Okay, theft of vitae. Unless I could get to him without using up my action.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, in that case, I'm cauldron of blooding him.
Okay. Roll me your
Because
wolf.
all I need to do is touch him.
Roll me your wolf map.
Okay.
It's difficulty 8.
Difficulty 8 and well, better than nothing. 2 successes, which means determines how many blood points are brought to boil. The subject suffers 1 health level of ag damage for each point boiled. Individuals with fortitude may soak the damage using only the fortitude dice.
There's a little bit of fortitude, so I'll roll a little bit of fortitude.
Yep.
But fuck your encounter, Evan.
So yeah.
He doesn't soak any of it, so there's a howling scream as blood starts to boil in his veins.
Actually, doesn't vaporize out of his pores?
Yep.
So that's 2 bonus ag I just inflicted. If anyone would like to deal the other 5 ag.
I mean, I don't know, man. Anthony's got an axe. It's fine.
I have an axe. I'm fine. Don't worry, guys. I got this.
How many other people are attacking?
There were originally a group of them. There was originally one who was decapitated by her, the Setite, who had a very sad day, the 3 who botched their courage rolls and now will not be getting up, even if the word of God itself tells them to do so, because he's that pretty. And this poor unfortunate sod.
I think I'm going to make his day worse.
God,
Yay!
I'm going to I'm going to move over in front of him, drop my obfuscate, look him right in the eyes, and I'm bitch slapping his beast.
Okay.
I just need the rules for Animalism 3.
Well, I believe is. I got you.
Animalism 3. Player rolls manipulation plus intimidation. If forcing down the beast through fear or manipulation plus empathy, if soothing it into complacency. The difficulty of the roll is 7 in either case. This is an extended action requiring as many total successes as the target has willpower. Failure indicates that the player must start over from the beginning, while a botch indicates that the vampire may not affect that subject's beast for the remainder of the scene. Mortal, blah, 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 blah. That's mortal. Though vampire's beast cannot be cowed with disability, the storyteller may allow characters to use the soothing variation of this power to pull a vampire out of frenzy. I don't think it'll work.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Never mind then. The thing is that it used to be that you could use it if a vampire wasn't in frenzy, you could use it to make them submissive. But
yeah, well, that's the thing. In theory, if you cause him sufficient reason, like there are mundane things that can trigger a frenzy check, like a sufficient embarrassment, like go over and kick him in the balls. That might be enough.
Pee in his eye. I don't know.
yeah. Go for the shit that Kindred wouldn't expect.
I thought the not walking over just
Pee.
it's okay. I'm gonna hang off. He's gonna die anyway, so it'll be okay.
Claim him as yours. Pee on him.
record the Alador on her round.
Can I take my celerity action?
Oh, yes, you can.
Okay. I'm gonna go after the guy that's hurting my friend.
Okay.
My aunt.
You have stats for battle axe.
Yes, I know.
As they say in the business, Anthony, chop chop.
Chop chop.
I hate everything about all of you.
What about my nugget love?
Okay.
Fight over it.
Tiger, that is freaking adorable.
Thanks, man.
We need more tigers in boxes.
We do.
Wait, does that mean he was abandoned by his wealthy Maharaja? Who was like, I don't want
No, that's from like a picture from a zoo. He just got in a box and they were like, oh.
4 successes.
Okay, roll me damage.
That's 5, 6, 11. Blood for potent. 3 dots in potent. So that is 6, 7, 8. Terrible. 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 3 is 6 lethal.
Sorry, how much lethal?
6 lethal.
Okay, let me see if he soaks the thing with his force shield and his stamina.
Do the thing, or don't. There is no try the thing.
Yes, he soaks 3 of it. He takes 3 lethal. He's already taken 2 ag, so this guy looks fucked up 7 ways to Sunday.
Once more! This time with gusto.
I hate you.
Once more under the breach in his head.
Oh.
I'm trying to get this joke because it makes no sense to me.
Mhm.
5. 5 to hit. So that's 4 carry over. 4 plus 5. 9 plus 6. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. 6 plus 3 is 9 lethal.
Okay. He actually does not have the ability to soak all of that, and so is immediately knocked to stopor. Schmack.
I immediately go on one knee and look directly at the Alistair. See what she does.
She's
Yeah.
the sword at her hip.
Mhm.
She looks you up and down, those very kind of off kilter eyes.
Mhm.
She says, "Interesting." But then she's on their knees. A position I rather like seeing you in.
Doesn't say anything. That's my elder. I don't get to be sassy today. My lady. What was her last name again, Evan?
Beg your pardon?
What's her last name again?
Katerina Karzanov.
Lady Casanova.
I'm led to understand, Master Ganko, that this is your hunt I've interrupted.
I reckon so, though you're more than welcome to join us.
She looks around. She looks at the kind of the hunched over, drooling masses that everything. She's like, huh. That's today then.
Michael
Who-
will finally drop his cloak and say, "Sorry for being rude. I just wanted to make sure we weren't getting attacked anymore."
So I've got the legitimate question. So you can assume that there was an enemy that you could see guarding the entrance to the what is the word in English? Yeah.
Evan, you're a little choppy.
Your robot.
Better now.
Say something.
The rain in Spain stays mainly where the fuck I tell it to.
Fair enough.
That's better.
He'll say, I was not exactly sure, but I assume, understood the fact that there were more than likely enemies here who were defending their safe house, I believe would be the correct term. And yet,
Evan, quick question. Based on her accent, is she a fellow Russian?
Oh.
Can Mikhail recognize where she might be from her accent? Because she's definitely Eastern European.
Chechnya.
Oh, shite. Yeah, the Chechens were not served well by the Russian Empire.
She will say, why is it that you two, admittedly you saw me, and I am going to assume that you were overwhelmed by my great intangible qualities and beauty. Is that why you decided to risk your compatriots in what I will refer to as suicidal foolhardiness?
That was not the plan. They acted on their own accord. I knew who you were, and before we had a chance to devise a plan, they acted.
Mikhail is going to sigh deeply
I see.
and say, technically, my lady, I acted.
I'd like to point out none of this, my lady, my lord, bullshit. My name is Katerina. Please call me as such.
Very
Yes.
well, Katarina.
I
It
had
was-
said that I would have this fellow's back when he left the protection of my compatriots obfuscate. I was under my own obfuscate. I moved to assist him.
And that was very well, didn't it?
I
be-
missed that, Tiger. I mean, Evan.
She said, and that went so very well, didn't it?
He has nothing to say to that. It was like,
To be
actually-
fair, Katarina, they are dead.
No, they're dead, mostly because it is Psychovisky. I've read most of your dossiers, but most of the pictures are out of date. You will have to forgive me. Lion, that is your name, da?
Yes, Katarina.
They are defeated because Mr. Lioncourt had a very smart idea. Had he not been here or been incapable of doing so, more than likely you would be dead.
But in a society built upon results, we won this time. To spend all of eternity questioning hypotheticals is to be lost in an endless maze.
However, when it comes to hunting a more dangerous quarry, you need to be able to know exactly what it is those individuals who make up your team will do. And frankly, stupidity will get you all killed. If it is not a sooner, then it is a later.
Then might I ask that in future, Alastors with legendary reputations do not make a habit of spontaneously appearing at roughly the same time as we are trying to deal with a threat to the entire city. It does rather cause us all a little panic.
David
I'm
takes
sure you
3 steps
understand.
away from Mikhail.
I keep my eyes averted.
Dimitri,
Because when we see someone of your reputation, we are going to panic.
Ah, duh, I understand. She says she holds out her hand to show the tattoo on the palm, and she says, you knew who I was, or was it only Mr. Lioncourt?
Mr. Lioncourt recognized you,
Good.
and then he warned us.
She immediately started, how do you know that I am not under a very effective obfuscate? For all you know, I could be the individual who it is that you fear more than anything else here to play with you.
You could be, but at that point I can only do one thing, and that is pray for a very big lightning bolt.
She looks you up and down. There's this kind of... How to describe it? It's like how a lion would look at a mouse. Before she starts to laugh, like full belly, really like bent over, almost double type of laughter. And she says, I like you. If nothing else, you have balls, little one.
Given what I was almost executed for, one has to.
If it helps that had you been my quarry, you wouldn't have gotten the chance for a trial.
I have no doubt.
My apologies, Mr. Morris. That is your name, da?
Yep.
I assume that you will be dealing with the latent Sabbat, she says as she points a finger towards those gathered.
That is the plan.
If it helps, I will count the number of times for it as I went to see if your car had arrived. There are only this number of them, though they do have living hostages still alive in the bowels of the earth. It's up to you if you execute them or not. Frankly, I don't care. But she looks up and down and she says, so this was meant to be some kind of proving rite of passage, da?
Something like that.
How do you feel that you did?
I think I did alright. Could have done some parts better, could have done some parts worse.
I have question.
Yeah.
Do you consider this task was given to you, da?
Yep.
Do you consider yourself to have been in command of said task?
I'll actually think on that one for a second. I think so. I think some people may not have acted as I would have liked them to, but I did not exactly have the chance to give them the proper commands in that case.
That, however, a good commander knows that these kinds of mistakes jeopardize everybody, and so suitable chastisements should be handed out.
That's fair. If you would not mind, may I do so currently?
She physically sits down on the head of one of the Sabat, who's still kind of going, he's so pretty, he's so pretty, he's so pretty.
Alright, Mikau, please do not do that again. In fact, if you do that again, I'll be ripping off your hand. You can grow it back whenever, but you won't be using it for the rest of the night. Got it?
Duh.
Alright. Dimitri, you did good. I can respect what you tried to get across. Same thing. Don't step out of nowhere until you know what the situation is. We did not know what the situation was. Moving forward, we're going to be better, right, guys?
Duh.
All right. So, no stepping out of nowhere till we know the situation. No, actually, now that pretty much sums it up. No stepping out of nowhere till we know the situation.
I just, for the record, arrived from Sevastopol apparently a number of minutes after you had departed. I spoke to a rather charming Nosferatu gentleman who informed me that you had indeed left and pointed me here. I took a much quicker method of, shall we say, transportation. But I am here in order to give a debriefing, or rather, have questions of most import answered to me by Mr. Ivanov, or Dr. Ivanov, I believe would be more appropriate.
Considering I haven't really had to use my doctor in the best part of a century, I'm not sure if it's valid anymore, but there you go.
Well, you were given it by the imperialists, so it's probably not worth the paper at the moment. And I am led to understand that you, Mr. Lioncourt, also known as the Great Lord of Shiny, if this particular individual she wraps on the side of his head is to be believed, are the scourge of Dublin City. Huh?
Yes.
Would your officers care to help me in my current assignment as it pertains to hunting a specific individual?
It would be my honor.
And this is the one good thing about Ventru. You can always count on them to be so polite. Until the moment the dagger is in your back, but say la.
Smile.
You get this impression. The phrase apolitical could really be assigned here in the sense that she has no filter. None whatsoever.
The way she talks, I kind of figured it, so it kind of best to shut up and let her do her thing.
She was like, you have haven, da?
Yes.
What kind of haven?
He describes it. Do you want pictures or something?
No, what kind of house do you does Lioncourt live in?
So it's a mansion.
Excellent. I will be house guest.
Fine. Can't tell you no.
Now that's a Russian house guest for you. Arrive, never leave.
Oh, yes, but then again, you're forgetting. I'm not Russian, and a Russian house guest arrives, takes over your house, and kicks you out of it.
To be fair, the French tried it first. I know. I was there.
So, Mr. My apologies. Mr. Morris, do you intend to keep the people down there alive, or would you rather them be...
I reckon it depends on what all they've seen and what all they remember. See the point pointlessly.
He's going to point to Bruce. Our noble Scourge is a member of clan that's well known for manipulating human minds. Anything that they know can be removed.
Indeed.
I don't see the point in needlessly killing a bunch of people. That's just going to raise more questions.
That is an interesting approach. It requires more time and effort than simply... But it is your approach.
Look, I'm here to hunt Sabat, not humans.
That is fair. That is fair. I'm led to understand, though, that there might be a more deep infestation. I heard them speaking about something, and they were talking about how it was that certain items had been taken from this place. I don't exactly know what they were talking about, but fortunately, she cracks when she's sitting on the side of the head. Fortunately, we have hostages to interrogate.
Well, ain't that a wonderful happenstance?
Nah, what can I say? It has been a pleasant evening. Now then, she stands up, she cracks her knuckles, and she says, I will be doing the debriefing with you tomorrow evening, Mr. Ivanov. Mr. Lioncourt, if you're interested in attending, you are more than free to do so.
You know,
Mostly because I will probably be using your dining room to do it.
he smiles.
Do you serve borscht?
We can.
Her response is good. Do you not serve borscht?
Right. Katerina, did you want to question the gentleman? Your footstool? Did she want to question the footstool at the Sabat?
She will calmly take a steak out of her pocket, right on the inside of it. She's wearing a long red coat. She places it on his back and kicks it in, literally just like a really firm, hard kick.
Mm-hmm.
He falls limp on the ground. She says, do you need the others or just this one for information? I don't care.
You can take that one, but we need to question that one.
She very casually throws him to you with one hand.
I catch him.
Then I recommend you kill the others.
Who not?
Okay,
Michael's
guys,
gonna look
I'm going to do this as one check because I don't really want to have to do multiple checks. Peter has a humanity of 6.
I have 7.
Oh,
What is the dice pool?
conscience.
Conscience?
Yep, because you are literally killing people.
Doesn't matter how I'm walking away.
Evan, what's the check?
It's a conscience check. It doesn't matter, Brett. You are still an accessory to murder.
Yeah, I know. What's the difficulty?
Okay.
For Brett, because you were actively attempting to distance yourself, I'll make it 7. For everyone else, it's 8.
Okay.
3 successes. I'm
I
fine
have
with
humanity
it.
6.
Brett, you feel
conscience.
Oh,
What,
3 successes.
what's the diff, Evan?
8.
Oh, 2 successes then.
I have
Okay.
no successes. I have no soul.
Same.
Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
Actually,
Yeah,
if you succeed, you feel horrible.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, if you failed, you're
But we failed, so we have no soul, which means we don't care.
you guys will lose the requisite dot of humanity. If once you start getting into the 5s and lower, you stop giving a fuck. Unless you're
Yeah.
tied, which case I think his record with me is dropping 3 humanity in a scene.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
now at humanity 5. I've largely stopped
Me too.
giving a fuck.
I'm now at humanity 4.
Welcome to the We Are Scum Club.
If it helps, only one more down, and then if you find someone you can get on the path of enlightenment.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said if it helps, if you lose one more, then you can get on the path of enlightenment.
Good luck finding a teacher.
Fucking Sabat lover.
Like
The bat lover.
It's the Camarilla. 9 out of 10 elders are on a path. They just don't talk about it very much.
Yeah, and they don't offer to teach it either. So
I was going to say, and this is why you very nearly stepped in literal shit, because from his perspective, you said the Seneschal would try to kill him in a dishonorable way, and the Seneschal is like the paragon of path of honorable accord.
Oh yeah, I picked up on that. Hence my very explicit use of the phrasing that I didn't believe the Seneschal would do it, but I believe that the guy in the red list would.
All right, so with that in mind, we will end our session. Thank you, players. Thank you, watchers. This has been another season of Dark Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.